What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, Kenny Stubblefield. We are somewhat live. I guess, this show's going to be a little different. Yeah,
we're live, man. We're live.
Yeah. If it says live at the top of the screen, we're live, damn it. Don't
there, baby. Right there on the top. I can't even. Right. Where's my finger? There it is. Boom. Right there.
Right. And if you see me in the later segments of the show and my hair looks different, hey, just ride with it.
Just ride with it. Don't worry about that.
Just go with it.
Just go with it, man.
We're doing a special opening of the show today. Kenny Stubblefield. I had a very cool weekend. I had Gabe today. And whenever Gabe is here, I use of his life. You know what I mean? So every weekend, I'm trying to figure out something to do.
Like, that's what, real quick, I had the same conversation with my daughter this morning. I was like, she's at that age, she's 12, and she's at that age where she gets bored if she's not doing something.
Right.
But what she wants to do costs money and time and needs to go out places. Like, she needs someone to take her because she can't drive herself. She's in that tweener phase where she's got to be doing something or she's going to be bored. But I ain't got the time to take her everywhere. Neither does her mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that's kind of how Gabe is too, right? You got to get him places.
He's definitely spoiled. Me and his mom have done a pretty, I guess, bad job of giving him a privileged life. You know what I mean? Like Gabe really thinks he's like that dude, like for real. Like
he didn't grow up like us, did he?
Yeah, man. Like between my connections and his mom connections, he really thinks he's that dude for real. Like he just kind of thinks just how he thinks he's supposed to like. Because like when the Grizzlies season starts, he's gonna start talking about, okay, so when are you taking me to practice? Like
exactly.
When I going to see Jaren and Ja, like for real. Like, he really thinks like that's his life, man. You know what I mean? But one of my good friends, so to speak, that makes me look like a super dad to my son, are the good people at 901 FC.
Man,
local soccer team here. I enjoy going to the games. Gabe enjoys going to the games. Gabe used to tell me when he first started going to the school he goes to, Gabe used to tell me how much he hated it. He said, because all these kids want to do is play soccer. Like, they don't play like, he's like, Dad, they don't do like regular stuff. Like, they want to play soccer, right? So Gabe was like, whenever they want to play that, I'm out. I sit down. But of course, Gabe jumped in and started playing soccer with his friends.
Of course.
Then he got on the soccer team, and now I'm all into soccer because of Gabe. And we go to every 901 FC game that we can make. Courtesy of the good people at 901 FC. I can make a phone call and I'm in the seats, man, and they take care of me. I definitely appreciate the good people over there. And this particular Saturday, Kenny Stubblefield, I come to the game and I see you at the game, right?
Hey,
Gabe,
man.
Hey, that's your friend. I'm like, Gabe, none of my friends are here. Like,
right.
Like, I thought he was pointing to people that were in the
Mafia,
Bluff City Mafia, right? It's like, hey, what are you talking about? And then he said, no, the dude who's like on your show that's in the back room while you're recording your show. I'm like, hey, what are you talking about? And he said, no, look on the field. So I see my man Kenny Stubblefield.
My big old Shrek looking ass on the field, right?
I see my boy Kenny Stubblefield. And I'm like, okay, what is Kenny cooking up, right? So I always sit with the Bluff City Mafia whenever I go to the games, having a great time.
Explain what the Bluff City Mafia is to those who don't know.
Bluff City Mafia is a unpaid group of super fans who really care about Bluff City Mafia. They march in.
Freaking crazy, bro.
And it looks cool as hell. I don't know if you were there early when they marched in, if they marched in. I don't know if you
I got there about 15 minutes late. I was asking. I was like, when do they march in? I want to get it on film. And they're like, oh, it already happened. I was like, shit.
And last week when me and Gabe came, they didn't march in. I can't remember what I said they didn't. But when you see them marching in, it's a pretty dope thing to see, right? So, like, if you go to the game, you got to go sit in section 18110. Like, I think that's where they are, 18110. Like, you got to 110, not 1010, but you got to go sit with them, right? So, they were getting up and just doing Bluff City Mafia stuff and standing up for like a group picture or whatever. Like, all right, this okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not? We were about in the 35th minute, about 10 minutes left to the half or whatever. I was like, all right, whatever, that's cool. And I'm gonna say this too, man. I'm gonna talk to somebody over there too, because like I said, I've been moving real thirsty, bro, about trying to be a part of Bluff City Mafia. And them folks just not following me on Twitter last week, but that's a whole nother conversation. I'm moving real thirsty, bro. Like I'm not for the chase y'all, bro. For real.
I've never seen you be thirsty, but you kind of thirsty for a little entry into
I'm not for keep interacting with y'all, trying to get y'all to like for real. Like I you know what I'm saying, for real. So anyway, bro, me tune back in. So myself, Kenny Stubblefield, you, myself, and you, we were part of a very magical moment.
Yeah,
dude. At the 901 FC game the other night. As they were taking this group picture, my man Damen, who's like, when you come, you just kind of see people that look like, okay, you seem like you like one of the high chiefs in the whole Bluff City.
Right.
be the whole real Gambino. Like he
like
moves
head,
like he kind of high ranking in that joint.
Like head hooligan type shit, right?
The head mafian, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
My guy Damen, he gets up and in the middle of the photo thing, which I found out was all just fake, like it was all a setup.
Yeah.
He taps his now fiance on the shoulder, proposes to her in front of the entire crowd.
Right.
And as he's doing this moment, a goal is getting scored. Like literally a goal is getting scored, right?
Incredible.
And you know the thing about soccer, it ain't many of them. Like, the fact that the goal scored while this happened was amazing. Like I said, he popped the question at during the same time. And it was a magical moment, man, for sure. Like I said, and they're part of the people that, like, when somebody scores, they're the people that hype the crowd up. So there was like smoke going all off behind them. I was like, oh, this, but we got the video, man. So let's take a look.
I'm gonna show the video real quick.
Yeah,
here we go. That's the goal scored right
there. That's crazy. That's cold, bro. As they're recording it.
As they're recording it.
Yeah, man, it was some real boss type stuff. Really.
So it goes on for a little bit longer, but that's the gist of it.
We
right?
got y'all get the gist of it, man. But I tell you what, bro, like I said, there was a magical moment, man, between those two people. And we're gonna bring them on now. We're gonna talk about the whole situation. My man Damen, Callie in the building. How y'all doing today?
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show, guys. That was an incredible moment. Like I said, I feel honored to be a part of what you guys were doing. And we would have liked to see 901 FC, the boys in blue, pull out a win on Saturday night.
What you said?
Yeah, true.
We didn't lose.
But what's better than tying the knot with a tie game? You know what I mean? It was
As long as it wasn't a loss, we're winning. So that's okay.
I didn't even realize we had scored a goal until about 5 minutes after. I turn around and I see 1-1, and I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Had no idea.
You were down on your knees, man.
Man, had no idea.
Yeah, he was.
I'm going to talk to Damen first. Damen, what all did you put into, because I know you didn't set up the goal. I don't think it had anything to do with the goal getting scored, but what all did you have to do to make that night happen the way that you did?
I mean, it's been planned.
I'm kind of hating on you, bro, for real. Because I've been married before. Go ahead.
It's been planned. There were different days. I specifically picked this one because 2 months ago, Colorado Switchbacks were like 0-5, hadn't won a game. And then the last 5 weeks, they ran all 5 straight wins. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. So, like, I almost switched another weekend to get maybe an easier win, maybe be a little bit more impactful and fun. But it literally couldn't have been. I couldn't pay somebody $1 million and had it that perfect.
Scripted it, yeah. Yeah, it was an awesome moment, man, for sure. Like I said, I'm kind of hating on you. I've been married before. I do want to get married again, man. That was a boss move, bro. I don't know anybody that can outdo what you did.
Well, she's never been engaged to before, ever. So for the first time, I think she got a good one.
Oh yeah, that was cold. That was cold for real. Well, Callie, what was going through your mind when, like, you guys?
Look, I'm gonna be real. Initially, I was kind of irritated. I'm like, why the hell are we taking a picture right now? This is rude. This is a bad time. It ain't that crucial. It's 10 minutes.
Like, what are these people doing, man?
No, I was bitching though. I was like, guys, this is rude. Why are we doing this right now, girls? We're all here.
It was the only way to get her in the front row because she hates sitting in the front row.
That's true.
She hates sitting in the front row. So I had to get her in the front row.
That's true.
And I figured if we found out some way to get her up on the dugout, she was going to know something was going on.
Right.
So it was planned. I had the drum line. They knew about it. Coach Glass knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Madison knew about it. All the girls knew about it. Pretty
much everybody but me.
All the capos on the dugout, they all knew about it. So we were planning. I was stressing the hell out all night long. I had to keep getting off the dugout, on the dugout, so I can calm my nerves. So, but it all worked out. And then I see on Twitter, somebody said, hey, it's on Twitter. I looked on Twitter and I'm like, hold on. This person's right behind us. I look back and I see you. And I was like, never mind. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah, man. Like I said, I enjoy coming to the games. My kid does. And you guys are a big part of that, the energy you all bring. And I'm just happy to see you guys, get ready to tie the knot, man. It's
thank you so much. Yeah, trust me, I was not expecting that at all. He asked me, he was like, weren't you suspicious so many people were here? And I was like, no, we always try and get people to come. I thought they actually just did.
Man, a couple of years ago, you couldn't, that area, you couldn't get close to the front second row. Now it's like it's died down somehow. Same thing with the march. We've only done 2 marches all year long. We got enough to do it this past week, but past couple 3, 4, 5 games, we haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, man, we got to figure out how to get that back going, man.
Hey, I'm telling you. So we always meet at the brass door before we go to the game, and then about 20 or 30 minutes before, I would say,
right when the stadium.
Yeah, when the stadium opens. So if it's a 7:30 game, we usually march at 6:45.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there at the brass door around 6:30, 6:45, get your cameras out. We have fun.
If we can get the posse,
if we can get enough people to do it, which this week we did, we could do the walk and do the march.
Yeah, because me and my kid came last time. He was like, "No, we ain't walking today." It's all right.
Just trail the back. It's entertaining. It's great to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
We pop smoke on it too. So
yeah, I know, because it looked real cold whenever y'all do it. Go ahead, Ken.
No, it's a fun environment. I get to cover a lot of sports in the city, and and I was telling somebody, I was like, it is so dope to be around, to go into a situation like 901 FC, like the Bluff City Mafia, like the fan base there, and see a group of professional athletes that it feels like the environment is more of like a college, kind of even a high school atmosphere, where it's like we all know each other. Everybody's friendly with each other. I saw players taking pictures with fans after the game, and it was like, "What are you doing for dinner tonight? You gonna come to the house and eat dinner? What are you gonna do?" And it was just like, I was like, "This is cool, man! Like it is a hidden gem, I think, in the city, the 901 FC soccer club and the Bluff City Mafia. Just the environment there, man. It is a fun environment, and I would suggest, man, if you want to go out and spend a beautiful night out watching professional sports, it's the place to do it, man.
Man, I've lived in Memphis all my life. Memphis basketball, football. I mean, that's my, it's in my blood. I play soccer. I still play soccer. I played soccer all my life. I love going to the games because it's the atmosphere. Callie she didn't play soccer. She didn't. When we started dating,
not my sport.
When we started dating, she started coming to games. It's been our thing. So I knew I had to do it there.
Yeah,
but it's an atmosphere. You can not like soccer, still go there and have a blast.
Man,
I mean, I've got to do the guitar smash. I did that last year. I'm all about this team. I just hope they can continue. I'm hoping they can get their own stadium soon, so they can stay here.
Keep us.
So if there's enough people, there's enough support. We need more support, but also, I mean, we need more. We need more people in the stands.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, like I said, we're trying to do our part here at Bluff City Media to
much appreciated,
to get more people to come out. If y'all ain't coming, I'm gonna be there. I don't care, because I'm be there regardless. So
there's not many games I miss. I miss because I'm working. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I love the games, and I every time I come, I'm like, yeah, more people should be here, because this is really good.
And the team, I mean, the players, when they're here, they care. The coaches, they care. I mean, Stephen Glass asked me, I told him a couple of weeks ago what was going on about and he asked me that night when they were walking off, how did it go? So he remembered.
Yeah.
My Tulu, one of the players knows my son's name.
Tulu,
he knows my son's name. We talked to Leston, guy's been there forever. All the players, they know the Mafia members. They come and hang out at the brass door every now and then.
Yeah. Where else can you get that type of experience?
Exactly.
I mean, since when do players just come kick it with you? Like that don't happen.
Yep.
I heard Coach Glass, Damen. I heard Coach Glass after the game tell you might want to get engaged again. Y'all get engaged again so we can score another goal.
Right? We got to keep on doing it over and over again.
And it's so funny too, because that goal was from Fernando, which is number 9, and that's like my lucky number that taunts him. So it's even freaking better. Number 9 is the one who got the goal at my moment. So it couldn't have been even freaking better, man. It couldn't have. It was
well, Callie. I don't know if Damen talked to you afterwards or anybody shared with you but I was watching him. I knew it was going to happen, so I was kind of paying attention to the time and ran up behind the Mafia so I could make sure I was on the dugout when it happened. And I was watching Damen, because both Anthony and I have proposed before. We know kind of how that
anxiety,
what that anxiety feels like. And I was watching him, and every time I saw him, he was just staring off into the skyline, just like he had this look of like, oh my God, this is going down. And there's a few times I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, I could tell you were freaking out. It was wild, dude.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Trying to get everything set up. And it's like, and before, you know, it was like, is there a goal going to happen?
Parts, man. You had a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. And then the goal happened when it did. Because if it had happened before, it would have just killed everything. Yeah. Or it wouldn't have killed everything. It would have
stalled your momentum.
It would have stole the moment. But I mean, but then we stole the moment.
Right yeah. Just slid right up in your moment like that.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I saw you walking around the stands because I literally told one of my best friends, I was like, I've never seen a photographer in the stands like this close to us. Like, I literally told her that. So like that's part of that like
what is
moment was I was like, okay, so many things.
So many things. Yes.
Perspective.
So many things were happening that had never happened, and it just and because so many things were happening, she just kind of like blew it off. So it was like I said, it couldn't have gone any better. Other than a win, it couldn't have gone better.
You come to a 901 FC game, you see Kenny Stubblefield in the crowd, and some shit about to go down.
I was just literally sitting there like I've never seen.
Well, I saw him walk in. I saw him walk in. And I said, "Oh, he's here for. Oh, okay, he's here for a reason. Okay, we're about to. It's about to go down." So,
Damen, real quick before we let you guys go, was there a fear of a no anywhere in your life?
No.
You weren't worried about. You weren't worried about getting turned down at the.
I'm surprised she didn't scream loud enough for the people in the booth to hear.
Okay, good.
For once, I was shut up.
She was stunned.
Good.
Just he absolutely nailed it. No conversation ever, and this is like perfect. He win all day.
But I'm glad I could be a part of you guys' moment. Like I said, I was sitting a few rows behind you guys, and like I said, it was great. It was truly a magical moment. I'm glad I was there to be a part of. Guys,
thank you for the love.
Hey, we need to get you a waiver sign so we can get you up on that dugout.
Hey man, y'all don't fool with me, man. That's a whole nother conversation. See, I try not to go there. Kenny ain't triggered me now, man.
They triggered you, man.
Listen, y'all for about a year, and y'all don't fool with me, man. I ain't gonna beg you though.
Put you one of them gloves on and pop some smoke with us.
I need the official invite. Nah, my feelings.
Shoot, Al Capone did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Al Capone was up there 2 weeks ago with us.
Yeah, I saw that, but I ain't never got the invite. I've been rocking with y'all for about 2 years now.
Hey, we can put some wheels in motion.
Yeah. Hey. That ain't a problem.
Anthony, it sounds like the invite's out there, bro.
The invite is out there, 100%.
You've been invited. You've been invited.
Yeah, invite me to the wedding too. Invite me to the wedding. Real time.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
It's gonna be more of a party than a wedding, but
it's gonna be like a 20-minute. It'll be like a 20-minute ceremony and like a 5-hour party. Trust me.
I'll be there for sure.
That's the best kind.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep in touch.
Well, this was Damen and Callie, guys. We'll let you guys go. Y'all take care, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you guys.
Y'all have a good night.
For sure. But Kenny, we about to go ahead and take a break, man. We got a lot more show to go. My man Parish Sharkey, of course, is in the building, man. We're gonna talk about the NBA Finals. We're gonna talk about some Grizzly stuff, man. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts over on the Grizzly side of things. Around 2 weeks left to go until the NBA draft. We'll talk about that and more here on the Anthony Sain Show. We'll see you guys in a minute.
This has turned into unrealistic expectations for teams. Not every team is ready to win a championship. There are steps you got to take to put yourself in position to win it. And I thought that what they had done in Cleveland had become a team that was muddled in nothing. And JB, I thought they created a little bit of a culture. You were able to find a star player. I think it's tough. I go back to what happened with Adrian Griffin in Milwaukee. I mean, you got the second best record in the NBA, and they say, well, we don't know if you're the one to get us over the top. Yeah, but the guy you bring in is only 5-6 games over 500 from that point on. You would hope that realistic expectations start to come back into the fold other than these unrealistic things that it's going to happen. Winning a championship happens just like that because it doesn't happen in that way at all.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
You saw the Trinity Carter cheap shot that Caitlin Clark took.
It happens 25 times a game in the NBA. What are we talking about?
That?
Not that.
That wasn't a basketball play at all. Flagrant.
She hip checked
And then
her.
also you have like Angel Reese after the game, like she stood up off the bench when Trinity Carter did that and started clapping. Then she didn't own it after the game. I'm not saying they have to kiss her ass.
What does that have to do with the play on the court?
What I am saying is there's a ridiculous amount of jealousy and hate from inside the WNBA aimed at Caitlin Clark, and it's obvious, and I'm tired of the sanctimony about it. I really am. Because I feel like there's a lot of media members that try to act like there's not, and it's so apparent. It's so apparent.
I agree. I agree. I agree with Gabe on it.
Crazy. Y'all are crazy. I could expect this from Christian Fowler, okay? The little bleeding heart liberal that he is. But but you
I call it how it is, Kenny. I pride myself on it.
As a former D1 athlete, a pro football player, to sit here and pretend like physical play on the court is them hating on her is insanity.
It's the words they use off the court too, Kenny.
Tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Shout out to my boys, Gabe Kuhn, Christian Fowler on the Bluff each and every Tuesday. Gabe said, I'm not saying you have to kiss her ass. And then basically saying you have to kiss her ass.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to talk more Caitlin Clark later on in the day for sure. But I got my guy with me, man, Parish Sharkey. Parish, first of all, man, to hell with you and to everybody that participated in the video.
Hey,
y'all could let know what was coming, man. Had me out here ugly crying on my own show. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love you show for sure. Of course, Parish Sharkey is the Grizzlies beat writer for Bluff City Media, and he joins us each and every Wednesday here on the Anthony Sain Show. Time to hop into it, man. Yeah, it's been a while since we talked. We haven't talked since last week. A lot of stuff going on with the Memphis Grizzlies. Once again, Zach Kleiman just starting out here, man, just for the streets. He like everybody. If that's the word. If you ask the question, who do the Grizzlies like in the draft? The answer is everybody.
Everybody.
He is everybody. Zach Kleiman is for everybody. He's in everybody's DM. He's sending dick pics out here. I don't know what he got going on, man. He just thirsty.
Nah, no dick pics.
I don't mean literal dick pics, but he's thirsty out here in these draft evaluation streets. One Zachary Kleiman. What do you think about that, man? It's definitely something different than what we've seen in the past, where the Grizzlies' information being pretty quiet. But we're hearing the Grizzlies connected to any and everybody, whether it's in the draft, big man trades. I'm hearing some stuff that's not even above ground about the Grizzlies as far as trades are concerned. What are your thoughts on the level of activity? Do you think that will equate to actual transactions and actual movement and a pretty lot of new additions to the Grizzlies roster, or is it more just, nothing at this point?
Man, what's that Kodak Black moment on Breakfast Club? I hope so. Like just most of the time I think I heard you either the last show you talked about, or you was on Jason and John or something, or even I heard Michael talk about it. Just normally they talk about you don't hear as much smoke as you're hearing this year, but sometimes you hear stuff. But it was Chris, man. I think it was Chris and Evan on this show. Shout out to them, No Bluff podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They were just talking about how you were here. Then a trade went the actual move that gets made, and I think I seen you talk about on Twitter. The actual move that gets made is a move that no one saw coming. So when Chris was talking about John Collins, for instance, he was like he smoking around it. So guess what? That could possibly happen because normally it's a move we don't ever see coming. But what I take from the draft and all the prospects is it definitely lets you know that this draft is wide open. It definitely a reminder of that they're calling it a weak draft. Maybe it's weak. Maybe it's not weak. Maybe it's a deep draft. We don't know. We'll find out a couple years from now. But it lets you know, like, the prospects are over the place. The fact, like, a Donovan Clingan might go top 3, or he might actually fall down to the Grizzlies at 9, like, type of stuff. Like,
which is all possible. Yep.
Right. Edie can go 9, but he also could drop to 20. Like, so you ain't never had this much parity in the draft where, you really ain't had this parity in the draft since probably the year that Anthony Bennett went number 1. That was the one that I could think of. So hearing all just lets you know that it definitely is a wide open field. And I mean, you kind of got no choice but to kind of like everybody or kind of work out everybody because you don't know who's gonna be there and I know who in trade scenarios would be there. So it's just a wide open draft. That's how I take it.
You mentioned John Collins. That's a guy that I know, Christian Ingram, host of No Bluffing podcast, definitely is a fan of. He's been, selling him on Twitter for the last couple of days. That's something about the Grizzlies too. That a lot of fans have to. We've got this whole we need a center thing so implanted into our head, and not that we don't, but it's that it's like we're eliminating a lot of options because I think this team, we just need a guy to play beside Jaren that's a starter. Or not, I mean, not even necessarily to be a starter. Like we talked about that too. Like whoever you bring in might not even be a dude that's starting for your team. He could be someone that's coming off the bench. But the point I'm trying to make is you're hearing people say, "Oh no, not John Collins. We need a starter." John Collins gives you like 15 and 9, 15 and 8. You know what I mean?
And to think about that, like when he was in Atlanta, like he
was really good.
Fans wanted him. I remember us wanting to pair him with Jaren 2-3 years ago, or even in some cases, crazy people was talking about trading Jaren for him. So now all of a sudden you don't want no more. He's still shooting like 37% from three, like Chris said. He averaged 15 points a game. Yeah. Like what's changed? What's changed in 2 years?
And he kind of feels like a cultural fit as well. He's one of those dudes who you hate him when he plays for another team, but if he played for your team, the Grizzly fans would like him. Like his style of play. He talks a lot, you know what I mean? Kind of a high energy dude. So yeah, I would definitely like a guy like John Collins on his team, and whether he's the 4 or the 5, Jaren's the 5, he's the 4. I don't think it matters. Two pretty interchangeable dudes. And just in today's NBA, man, like if you can, like nobody's gonna stop Embiid, one-on-one. Nobody's gonna stop Jokic. You just kind of gotta have guys that can just kind of. It's always like the other dude, the irritants to really, get to guys like that where you can sit in a wing, they could come in and press and all those type of things. So, like I said, I like John Collins. I think he'd be fine here. But like it just kind of speaks to the amount of options that this team really has, man. If you really think about like there's so many different routes the Grizzlies can go. I heard Chris Harrington on Jeff Calkins' show today talking about an article he's writing, and you can see a situation where the Grizzlies have a $25 million per year starting, needs to close the games, 30, 35 minutes a game center, and it works. And I can also see a scenario where they get some guy for the taxpayers exception at $4 or $5 million a year, or some league minimum dude who works as well, who's playing about 20, 25 minutes. I can see Jared Allen working. I can see Kevon Looney working. You know what I mean? And it's two
he showed
different ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can even see somebody like your guy from Orlando, Goga Batadze or something. Just some dude who's a backup on somebody else's team who you bring in as a starter and he works for you. You know what I mean? That's JV was a guy that was kind of giving up on. Steven Adams was a guy who was his stock was very low when we got him.
Mm-hmm.
You look at guys like everybody wants Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein was a backup center for the Clippers before the Knicks signed him. You know what I mean? Like I just think that center position, man, there's so many possibilities. And it makes me nervous as hell, man, to see some of this stuff. But I will stay here with the Kevon Looney stuff. The news came out yesterday that the Golden State Warriors will more than likely waive him because he has a partially guaranteed contract. They're looking to save some money. Kevon Looney, a guy. A lot of Memphis Grizzlies, we base our opinion on what a guy did to us, right? And I think we've got these playoff memories of Kevon Looney going absolutely crazy, regardless of what height he was. I thought for sure he was more like 6'11", 7 foot. Found out
he's like 6'8".
Yeah, he's about 6'8", 6'9". What do you think about a guy like Kevon Looney has been a possible option to add to the Grizzlies, either as a starter, a depth piece, or whatever?
Yeah, and before Kevon Looney, also Jerry Allen only 6'9". I thought he was like 6'11", right?
Oh, I didn't know that either. For real?
Yeah, he's on. It's crazy. Like I saw that, I was like, wow. But yeah, Kevon Looney. I mean, restructuring and rebounding. I know for a fact he can do that. I saw him do that even against other teams outside the Grizzlies. So that would work. And it's like he goes. If we were to get him, that kind of goes along with what we have been talking about. We need a big man. That big man don't necessarily have to start. It can be a big man. You just need bodies. That's what we didn't have last year. Although we missed bodies all in general regards to everything. But even if everybody was healthy, you was just missing bodies. You didn't have Santi is not a big man like that, right? Brandon Clark was out. You had to bring in Trey Jamison mid-season. Bismack Biyombo was subbing in, throughout the season. You just really didn't have bodies. And Kevon Looney is just somebody I know come off the bench. I know he's gonna do the one job that we didn't have last year, and that's gonna rebound basketball, right? So it'll be fine if they were to get him. I would prefer them to look for bigger fish. But I guess in a sense, if I'm thinking about getting Andre Drummond, Kevon Looney, Andre Drummond, they both do the same thing, literally. So, and their cost about the same. So it'll be fine. If we're fine with getting Andre Drummond, we should be fine with getting Kevon Looney, if that's the case.
All right. So if you're Zach Kleiman, like I said, he has a ton of options in front of him, literally a ton of options in front of him. Would you lean more towards using that 9th pick to go get an established name, a big money, big contract guy, $20 million and up? Would you draft your pick at another position and get a big another way, or would you try to draft a big in the draft? I get stuck right there, man. Like I don't have an answer for that. Like I literally don't have an answer.
Because I'm more draft best, whoever you perceive is the best available at any position you need. Ron Holland, if he's there, you need him. You can never have too many wings. Dalton Connect, if he's there, you need some more shooting. If a big man, if Donovan Clingan falls, so you decide you want Zach Edey or Khalil Ware, you need a big man. But also, like a John Collins, for instance, he's the $26 million player, right? You won't necessarily have to trade 9 pick to get him.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like I don't think you need to 9 pick to even trade for him. Now, Jared Allen, you might need to. You may or may not. I'm not sure. But there are some of those type of guys you may not even have to trade a 9 pick for them because you got someone like a Marcus Smart. You got someone like Luke Kennard. You got a Santi Aldama you could toss into the deal, right, to kind of help sweeten the pot. Because I think Santi could be sought out here by other teams that can use him in different ways that want his type of versatility. So I'm kind of leaning more towards draft wherever you feel is just the best available player right now. But you don't need the 9th pick to necessarily get someone big, except maybe Jared Allen.
I'm just kind of dead set on coming out of this draft with a lottery level talent, whether you take him at 9 or 15 or at 20, because there are guys that could be at 20 that would be lottery level talent. But I want to get a guy out of this draft and get a center. If that's the same dude, hey, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to use this year's draft pick to go get a big, because I even wonder, like you say, high end guys like Jared Allen or Claxton or whoever you're talking about, like you're talking about like name brand guys, right? Those guys, I don't particularly want anybody who's my starting center outside of Jaren playing 30 something minutes. Like I want us to be able to have a lineup where my big can knock down free throws and has a little versatility to him. Like whoever it is, I don't want a traditional big on his roster, right? I want us to play.
That's exactly why I want Capella, because he can't shoot free throws.
Yeah,
I saw Steven Adams. I can't. We need somebody to shoot free throws.
I would get so pissed off, bro, seeing Grizzlies games, and like we were constantly running actions for Steven Adams, and teams are fouling him. He's up there missing free throws. I'm like, all right, bro, this is dumb. Like, I mean, it got to be something else we can come up with. Yeah, man. Like all those things you're saying, like I said, they make a lot of sense. Like I just wonder how that whole thing is going to play out. Something else we talked about is the whole Luke Kennard thing, right? And I look at this contract and it's so intriguing. I did a little research and I think I'm about 99.9% correct when I say this, but I believe that if a team trades for him and acquires him before his date where the team has to make the decision of what they're doing with him, I think that in essence, a team could waive Luke Kennard and that contract would just disappear. So basically a team could value Luke Kennard because they can make, in essence, $15 million disappear on their roster. I think I'm 99.9% correct with that being the case. If you're the Grizzlies, would you be interested in that, especially in a situation where you're making a guy just go poof? You're trading a guy who's going to become a free agent for anyone to go sign in the NBA.
I would say, yeah, as long as you replace, which you can't. I mean, like I said, if you draft a Dalton Connect, as long as you make sure you replace it, because you still need more shooting no matter what, right? So if you're trading Luke Kennard, I've seen trade packages where, like with the Hawks, for instance, you get Bogdanovich back. That makes sense. Like if you're trading him, make sure you get a player that may not can shoot as good as him, but is considered a shooter, but also can do other things outside of just be a shooter that can help benefit the team. Just trading him just to get rid of the contract, and you then replace the shooting, and we still back in the same scenario we was. Desmond Bane being the shooter, and everybody else kind of we hoping. If you trade Luke Kennard, you need to make sure you definitely replace that type of production for
a lot of times are also pointing to Santi Aldama, like that he's probably going to be included in some type of talk. The Grizzlies are going to use him in some type of way to move somebody. With that being said, like what does that look like? Because you'll be bringing in new center, Jaren, Brandon Clark. That'll be your pretty much your big man rotation. Maybe some, I can't think of my guy this on the 2-way contract.
Jamison, Trey Jamison.
Yeah, Jamison. You may play him a little bit. So, what do you think about that? Parting ways with Santi. How much value do you think he really has in that wide open in the trade market like that?
Hey, I'm looking forward to giving him let him go. And Santi's cool, but
me off last year, man. It's like he went way backwards, bro. Yeah.
He's like I said, he's a role player, right? And for what the Grizzlies, he's just not what the Grizzlies need. I think he could be a player he is a player in the NBA, and I think he could be. I think he'll sort out there in the trade market. I think you include him in trade, a team would be pretty enticed depending on what else you throwing in there. It's just for the Grizzlies. We saw the playoffs last year. He wasn't ready. We saw. I don't know. It's just like you need more of a brute. The way the Grizzlies play is just like Santi just doesn't fit because I think Chris Ingram said he's a 3 stuck in the center's body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he can play 3, 4, and 5, but you don't necessarily want him playing the 4 or the 5. And you really don't want to play in 3 either. In the Grizzlies case, right? The way we run that team. So it's like, it's like you probably do need to use Santi in these talks to try and get you the player that you need, whether it's a center, whether it's another shooter. A shooter, like I said, once again, kind of like him, Luke Kennard, you want someone that can replace him, but also can do more than what they give you. In a sense, like they might not be as good a shooter as Luke Kennard or be as versatile as Santi, but they can do some of the things they can't do, which is primarily defense, some sort of playmaking. Santi just being just a big man. Like I prefer to play Lamar Stevens over Santi right now, right? Because I just know he got the I ain't gonna say he got the dog, which like I know when we go against a physical team, I can depend on him. Santi, he's played off the court when we play against physical teams.
That leads to my next question as well, because you talk about like the playoffs kind of make you shrink your roster down to a 7, 8, 9 man rotation, right? And it makes you think, okay, who would be in my playoff rotation if the playoffs started today? And we talk about, okay, wings, you got Vince, you got Gigi, you'd expect those guys to get minutes. I'm big about Lamar Stevens. I really think he's a guy I want to see back because, like I said, he could be part of your front court rotation, playing power forward, small ball 4, and give you some small forward minutes as well. He's a guy I really want to see come back. So you're pretty much with me on that. We both think that Lamar Stevens should be a part of this team going forward. That's another thing too, man. A lot of people are talking about sign this guy, go get this guy, those type of things. The Grizzlies are going to have to let go of some assets to make some of that stuff happen. Like they're going to have to find ways to get Isaiah Williams or John Conchar off this roster, which may mean including, second round picks or whatever. Another question I'm gonna throw out to you. When you look at draft night, right? Like we talked about so many options the Grizzlies have. When you take a look at draft night, what would be your personal response as well as the fan base's response if we come out of the draft night with a heck of a player, whether it be a Dalton Connect or Ron Holland? Well, I know it's Ron Holland. The people ain't really paying attention. They're gonna be, this kid can't shoot, but we getting this other shooter. No, we're getting a guy who can't shoot for. But let's say you get, whoever you think your best player available is, but he's not a big, right? And draft night ends, and the Grizzlies don't have a center on their roster. What would be your particular response, and what do you think the fan base's response would be?
Hey, we still got trade. I'm gonna be fine. We still got trades to make. You still got free agency, and also the Grizzlies. It depends on what they do because they got 2 second-round picks, and we already got no roster space. So you kind of we only got 1 2-way left. Like you kind of they going to have to make a trade somewhere or they're going to draft a stash like the guy they already got over there from last year. They got to do another one of those. Right. But yeah, I mean that'd be perfectly fine. I've learned not to. I used to overreact. The Zaire pick, well, I kind of overreacted, but not really. He ended up panning out anyway. So actually, I was right for to react the way I did. But
you reacted.
I've come to the point where it's like, hey, whoever they draft, I'm gonna talk myself into them. Right.
I've kind of been that way too, man. It don't take long. With that being said, my final Grizzlies question for Parish Sharkey, who of course is the Grizzlies beat writer for Bluff City Media, joins us each and every Wednesday. When it comes down to the offseason, how confident are you that on the training camp, when the training camp day starts, you feel like when we go to media day, for preseason media day, how confident do you feel that you'll be looking at a team that you'll say, hey, I believe this Grizzlies team is ready to compete at the highest level and be in that championship conversation? How confident, percentage-wise, are you that after the postseason transactions that's how you'll feel?
High. I don't want to say 100%. I say about 80%.
I feel good, man. I feel like
high.
whatever they come up with this offseason, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna tell you another thing I think is gonna happen too. I think not only Chris Harrington said this today, and I'm glad he said it. The Grizzlies have said that they're getting a big man, but he could very well see another transaction happening that's a bigger deal than getting a big man. Like I can see whoever we acquire as a center not being the biggest name we signed this summer, or we add to this team this summer. Like I really feel like they're gonna add a starter level big and probably get somebody that makes it where if GG or Marcus Smart are on the bench, it won't matter. Whether it's at the wing or at something. I got a feeling about to get some type of combo forward or somebody who is with all the arguments about who starts. Smart, Vince, and GG is like, nah, this dude is starting. Like I think I can see that type of conversation happening, man. Because I think this is going to be one of those off seasons, one of those summers where a lot of things are going to be fluid. So I think the Grizzlies are. I feel like go ahead.
And back to that point, remember before we was talking about Gigi being the 4 and Jaren the 5. I'm looking at like a team like Boston with Porzingis. Jason Tatum is technically that 4. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like that can happen.
Because I'm like Brad Ron Holland. You got poor man's Tatum and Brown day one with him and Gigi.
There you go.
Day one. You know what I mean? With John, Jaren, and Bane, which is ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, don't get me started because I'm with you totally. Speaking of that, man, transitioning to the NBA Finals. At the time of this recording, the Boston Celtics are up 2-0 on Dallas. People are saying everything in the world about Boston other than they're good as hell. Like the whole season, so much hating, bro. It's so weird because there's such weird energy towards Jason Tatum. I don't know because he's a pretty boy. I don't know because he's light skinned. I don't know what it is, bro.
I don't know either.
It's just like in 2024, man. 2 light-skinned dudes who everybody loves are now just under attack. There's Drake and Jason Tatum. Like, I don't understand what happened, man. Like, the whole world is mad at Drake and Jason Tatum, man. And it's crazy because the dude's almost averaging a triple-double. Like, his points are down. He's only averaging like 16.5 points, something like that. But, man, you know he's going to have a game where he's going to go off for 30, 40 points. And now you look up, he's averaging 20 points a game. And it's a triple-double. And it's like, it's crazy because a few weeks ago, when everybody had Baby Jordan out here, when Baby Jordan was running around with Anthony Edwards, right? The league, face of the league, all these type of things. And now that he's gone and the team that put them out is getting beat, the whole league is just trash. No, man, you were just praising Baby Jordan a few weeks ago. Now it's like, everybody's blocking Boston. It's so strange because people are crowning, Jaylen Brown's going to be MVP. Like what's the name? Numbers ain't looking good as him. Drew Holiday numbers looking just as good as his. Yep. Like they got 4 dudes who look like they could be, Finals MVP. And it's like I'm a big fan of Jason Tatum, so I don't understand. I think he's an incredible player. Like people are just over criticizing this kid's game. At the end of the day, this kid's 2 games away from being an NBA world champion at the ripe age of 26 years old. Like,
you already know it's coming. If they win, he don't win Finals MVP. It's like you already know it's coming. I'm like, bro.
We live in a world, man, where everything is just so over criticized, bro. It's like, man, what do these dudes need to do, bro? Like, I'm in the barbershop and my barber's like, man, I just don't like the way they play, man, out on threes. Man, if them boys just went to the goal more, man, they'd be blowing everybody out. I'm like,
and they did that in game
blowing
2.
Everybody out. Like they're playing with Dallas, bro. Like they're keeping Dallas at arm's length the entire game. Like, if they're shooting 53s a game and they're making 40% of them, but that's 20 extra points that I have on the scoreboard.
And they're open threes. Like they're passing the ball. They're open. They're not,
like, okay, bro, if that don't work, okay, then I'm just going to go to the basket. We're going to kill you. You know what I mean? And with the news out about Porzingis, bro, I'm going to tell you, I read the report. I have no idea what they're talking about.
The torn, medial.
I don't know what that body part is. I don't know. Like, man, it's his knee eye. I don't know, man. I don't know what that means. Something, he can pull something, goddamn, big as hell. But like I said, that Boston team is dangerous, man. If you want to talk about emulating what a team is doing, shit, man. Like, how do you though? You know what I mean? A team where your two best stars are guys that can play defense, 2 6'7", 6'8", 9 rangy dudes who could play defense. But you got 2 all-world defenders out there in Derek White and Drew Holiday. Like, it's nuts, man.
Then Porzingis coming in off injury, just
hooping. They got Porzingis who's a rim protector, man. That team is nuts. And like I've said all season, I don't understand why people are writing them off, and because everybody was like, "Oh, Boston, whatever." Like, bro, Boston is cold as shit, and they're showing people right here.
It's fatigue. It's fatigue. The team they've been doing this for like 7 years and they've been falling short. So it's just fatigue. Now
right.
they're about to find
And if they win game 3, it's over. Like it's
it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm laughing all these the highlight reels they're showing of Luka getting cooked out there, man. And like, yeah, bro, my white James Harden narrative lives with Luka Doncic, man. Y'all got to get in, man. The same shit y'all gave James Harden. But yeah, man, like I said, NBA's in great hands. I think the finals are great. This Boston team is just a run team, bro. They don't run through one particular dude. They got 3 guys for sure that could be those dudes. So you can just say, hey, go be it Mr. Everything, but they just play off each other, man. However you guard them, okay, whatever you take away, we got 3 more guys that can kill you. You know what I mean? So I love what they're doing, and I think there's something we can emulate, man. That's if you're talking about repeatable champions. I think there's something we could do. Even though I think Boston would beat the shit out of us in the finals, but I would love to be there to tell that story. I'd love to take that L if it's in the finals, man.
We haven't beat Boston in like 5 years.
Yeah,
I think Ja Morant
can't beat them on 2K. I can't beat
Ja Morant haven't beat them in his career.
I don't think he has either.
Well, he hasn't beaten Jason Tatum. I think if Jason Tatum didn't play a game, maybe they won. But yeah, I know he.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I said, we could be talking about something totally different next time we talk. Dallas could come back, especially with this Porzingis stuff. But we'll see, man. But I tell you what, man.
Wake up.
Yeah, exactly. Tell you what, Kyrie. But yeah, I had me and Devin Walker were joking about the level of racism that's going on in Boston. And we created a racial slur for Kyrie that we share amongst ourselves. It ain't hitting Twitter. Because it's heinous, man. It's heinous for sure. But speaking of racism, man, we got plenty of stuff to talk about in the 3-pointer. Caitlin Clark and friends.
Oh, Lord.
We'll talk about that and more when we return from Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
I thought it was well deserved, and what's cool about it, he only played in 48 games, only started 18. So for him to make up the ground that was necessary to even be involved on this team, it shows you how damn good he was in the minutes that he got.
This is not a year that he came in at all, or fans or the front office came in at all expecting them to be any kind of contributor. At one point in time, 5-star prospect, didn't pan out the way expected to collegiately, but he's showcased in his rookie year that he has the talent to be an effective player at this level.
The timeline when he got drafted at 45 was G League for 2 years, then we'll figure it out from there. He's a real part of this rotation. He can be a real piece of offensive punch off the bench for a actually competing Grizzlies team. Like the timeline was so exacerbated, like it just went so fast. And now we're talking about a guy who's going to be 20 next year.
Right.
And doing what he's doing. So
tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
We have not paid attention, to the NBA for a while if we think that because Ant is succeeding and becoming a face of the league, Ja can't be a face of the league. And I just think it's a needless conversation.
Like you can clip a Ja highlight, an Ant highlight very easy. And I think that's why those two dudes 100% will be two of the faces of the league going forward.
There's all kinds of guys that are talented enough. You could throw him into that conversation. When he's healthy and when he's playing, Ja is the number one guy they push. Because he is, 1, a winner, and 2, an absolute highlight factory. I couldn't give 2 dams about who's the face of the league if the Grizzlies win a championship.
Yeah, I don't care.
Come hang out with Daniel Greer and Nathan Qualls on Grizz 901 Live every Tuesday night at 9:01 live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Time for the 3-pointer, man, where we talk about 3 things that are going on in the world of sports, including things that are dominating the world of sports. Kenny, when I went into this WNBA season, man, I anticipated a lot of things that we could talk about, but I did not think that we would talk about Caitlin Clark at the extent that we talked about. I think this makes 3 straight shows she's part of the 3-pointer where there's something to talk about, right? We've seen clips in our commercials break so far on the Bluff with Gabe and Christian. They were talking about something with you, And me and you would pretty much agree with everything we talked about on this whole Caitlin Clark thing, not by design. It just kind of played out that way. I kind of want to argue. I think a lot of stuff I may say now, you may agree with as well, but I haven't talked to Parish about this at all. But Caitlin Clark, of course, will not be a part of the 2024 Olympic team. I'll listen to all different opinions on this on both sides of it. I can't really deal with too much of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, especially together. So I don't really care what they have to say about this.
No.
I've seen enough of them. Like, yeah, I'm good. But one thing I will say about myself is that I will admit that I am a novice on the WNBA. I get excited by it when I see certain things, elements of it, certain clips. It's cool. Like I like the Las Vegas Aces. They seem like a real heel, bad, evil villain, evil empire team. I'm with all that. Chicago seems to be some shit talking. Angel Reese fits in perfectly with that team. They kind of, I like them. You know what I mean? I like those two teams, right? I mean, but I'm not gonna act like I'm not a novice when I'm not watching this as an invited guest, so to speak, right? But it's
I think for me, it's the basketball has gotten so much better that it's enjoyable to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I like about it is the basketball is good now. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Because I say all the time, I believe that ladies in the WNBA and women's college basketball in certain areas are more quote unquote skilled than the guys are. As far as ball movement, fundamentals, like you said, shot making,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like if you could get teams and guys college basketball to play with the fluidity, the speed, the shot making, the shot creating, ball moving like the ladies do, men's college basketball would be a lot better, for sure. But this Caitlin Clark thing, man, like I said, I think there's too many people talking about this stuff who won't just admit I don't really know, right? But I will say that I'm speaking from somebody who's new to all this. This is what the whole dilemma about her in the Olympic team. I don't have to reset it too much, set it up too much. Everyone already knows. 12 ladies have been picked instead of her. And the reason why the reason it leaked out saying that this wasn't the official information, but the leaked information as to why Team USA did not put on the team was they said if she made the team, she wouldn't play that many minutes, and there would be this huge distraction from her fan base saying that, why isn't Caitlin playing, right? And to that I say, they're not lying. Like that's going to happen, bro. Like that's true, right? So I'm like, okay, that's true. Like if she's on that team and she's not playing, you couldn't appease those people because people say, well, she should be on the team anyway, even if she's y'all are saying it now, but when she gets out there, y'all are gonna be looking for every reason why she should have been in and all these type of things. And I don't knock that at all. And then I'll say this. Team USA, the Olympics, in quotes, NBC or the television networks and the WNBA are not the same. They're 4 different entities, right? But people are talking like they're one thing. And that whole conversation just seems ridiculous to me. So I'm like, man, this is opportunity for marketing for who? And I throw that question out to the comments. Who is blowing an opportunity for marketing? Because what does Team USA marketing look like? What are they marketing for? They're not a publication. They're not a for-profit league. Team USA doesn't have to market. They just their only goal is to go over there and win the gold medal. Like that, having somebody that's got eyes on them doesn't matter. That matters to NBC. That matters to the WNBA. That matters to the Olympics because of NBC and all those type of things. But why does Team USA basketball care about eyes on the product? That's one question I throw out.
Now the IOC is probably going, hey, Team USA, man, add Caitlin to the team. International Olympic Committee, they're probably like, hey, man, get some.
They don't care, but why does Team USA care?
Right, they don't. They kind of want to go.
They don't. That's why they didn't put her on the team.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Rachel Nichols break this down, right? And she was saying something that I was thinking, but she kind of solidified what I assumed. My assumption is that this team of ladies have played together for a while. Like they're kind of a tight-knit group. And something that's different between the women and the men is every year is like we're begging dudes to go play in this, right? Hey, Ron, go play. You know what I mean? We're begging dudes to go play in this. 9 times out of 10, guys really don't want to go do this. They might want to go do it one time, and after that, they're pretty much done with it. There's a reason why, we talked about the Avengers this year coming and you know, whatever, because guys haven't played. They haven't, you know, even, you know, especially in FIBA, these guys don't go play, right?
Right.
But this Team USA women's team, if I'm not mistaken, they go play everything together. They've been a tight knit, and they don't like the WNBA season. This happened in the middle of the season, right?
Yeah,
so
they take a month off.
Right. So there's no like real practice time. Like they're going from season to go straight into this, right?
Yeah.
So I think that plays a factor. And people say, well, they're gatekeeping. Like, but I'm not mad at them gatekeeping, bro. Because
Ricky, man.
like this, like they've been doing this together forever. You're telling us we just add Caitlin Clark just off of stuff that really has nothing to do with basketball.
And she's not better than any of the 12 players that got selected.
Right. And
at this
here's
current
my
moment.
thing. I'm gonna say this again as a novice, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what you this point I'm making right now sums up the whole goddamn thing to me. Now y'all might say I'm wrong. Okay. All right. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm underthinking this. Y'all tell me. If Caitlin Clark is an American WNBA player who plays in the WNBA, right? And her fan base watches her because they are Caitlin Clark fans, right? How are they losing fans? How is the WNBA losing fans by her not playing in an international tournament? Because it's like people are thinking in their head that there's some people somewhere in some third world country who have no access to the WNBA. Oh, Caitlin Clark, who's this lady? Oh, I'm going to watch women's basketball. No. You whatever eyes watching Caitlin Clark in the Olympics already had their eyes on Caitlin Clark, and they're watching her where? In the league she plays in, which is the WNBA. Am I overthinking this or not, bro? Am I overthinking this?
You can't lose what you already got. You can't lose what you already got.
Those are eyes the NBA already has, bro. There's no kid in China. Oh, I've never heard of this Caitlin Clark lady. Like, it's like we're talking like people live in caves. Like, this is 2024. Like, there are kids in China watching Caitlin Clark right now. There are people in New Zealand watching Caitlin Clark right now in the WNBA. Like, you're not gaining new viewership to the WNBA. It's the same exact people that are watching her in the WNBA, bro. Like, it's so mind-boggling that people are talking like, oh, this is such an opportunity, missed opportunity for exposure for the league. Like, she's doing that right now in the WNBA. Like, what are we talking about, bro? And I know that I understand that Caitlin Clark is taking numbers from 4,000, 5,000 people showing up to $17,000 sellouts, and they're playing in NBA arenas, all those type of things.
They've been doing it.
But the point I'm trying to make is this: what substantial changes is she making already in the WNBA that justifies her to move at that type of leverage? And what I mean is, what major TV deal do they have? Who's throwing sponsorship dollars at the WNBA? Those things aren't happening, bro. So acting like it's major loss in market.
Stuff they got. Yeah.
Like she's playing basketball right now in the WNBA, bro. Like somebody was like, man, what about if some reporter wants to do a story about her even though she ain't playing? Like, but that's not happening. That's not happening right now in the United States with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Like, let's stop acting like she's 92 Michael Jordan with the Dream Team. Like, she's not that yet, bro. Now, could she be? Will she be in 2028? Possibly so.
You might see.
And that was going to be my point is all those things that you just talked about, sponsorships, all those kinds of things. What leverage is she bringing to the table that's causing?
She's not there yet, bro.
In 4 years, she probably will.
Yeah, in 4 years, she could be crazy.
Exactly.
In 4 years, we will really see the impact of Caitlin Clark on the WNBA. Right. And we'll see Juju Watkins. We'll see Angel Reese. We'll see all those people that
Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink. Man, I'm telling you, like it's not now. Let's not jump the gun here now.
Yeah, it's no need in like, and it's not like in the NBA where, like I said, you got big guys to come on and you got injury replacements and all that. Like, these ladies want to go here, bro. They're taking pride in playing in this. You know what I mean?
Well, I saw a video today. Do you know, Anthony, we're old enough to remember Rebecca Lobo played for UConn. Parish is young, so you probably don't remember her. But
I remember. I didn't see her at UConn, but I saw her play in WNBA.
I saw her at UConn, and she was awesome. Anyway, she's a former Olympian, all that kind of stuff. She's an analyst for ESPN now. I think ESPN. For women's basketball, and she gave that same response you gave today. She said, "Listen, the women's team has like 5 or 6 training camps that they've done over the last 2 years together."
Yep.
And she said they go and they play every tournament. They do training camps with each other all the time. These 12 ladies have been playing with each other for years. And she said, Caitlin hasn't had the chance to do that because number one, she was in college, and number two, she just wasn't old enough. And now, like, you add her to this team, you're disrupting the continuity that these ladies have.
Are they gatekeeping? Yes, but I'm okay with them gatekeeping. Like, I don't
gatekeep.
You kind of win.
Yeah,
Olympics.
Yeah, they've earned the right to do this, but they've been the traveling basketball team for America for forever. So I'm not mad at any of these ladies. Yeah,
and then also, so Caitlin Clark, I think she's on the alternate, like the top three. She's one of the three alternates, right? Chelsea Gray is on the team, and she hasn't played all season, so Caitlin Clark might still end up.
There's another chick. I'm sorry, it's another lady. What's her name?
Enrique Agumbawale.
Yeah, everybody's talking about her.
God, dog, she should be on the team. She's crazy.
That's who got snubbed.
But here's the thing, man. Like, and I'll wrap this up because I'm so tired of hearing and talking about this. Like, if she was an international player who had like a global stage, and the WNBA was like haggling about getting her over here, we're talking about a totally different conversation. But we're talking about, well, the WNBA is risking getting more eyes on her product. How, when the lady that y'all want them to go watch, they're already watching her in the WNBA? Like, it's not like she's.
And the WNBA didn't have it. This isn't their choice. They didn't make this.
Like
the WNBA
or David Beckham, who's like an international player who's coming to play in the United States,
coming to play for Miami.
That's going to go play on a U.S. team, and they've already got those eyes. Like, maybe I don't. I'm not trying to. I don't. It's just all crazy to me. Like, it seems like this. I don't understand why people. What marketing are you talking about? Marketing to who? Team USA. And you just want to talk about marketing. I can understand why these ladies like, hell no, we don't want her out here. She already got endorsement deals. The Olympics are our payday. This is when we get to really do our shit. You know what I mean? Like, screw her. She's got like $1 million Nike deal. You know what I mean? So I can see all that, and I'm not mad at their gatekeeping. Yes, but I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I don't see how this is a blown opportunity for anything. Like I said, those eyes that are on Caitlin Clark, watch her in the WNBA. So how is this the WNBA missing anything?
I think people need ratings. People get sent out to say stuff, so they can get ratings. I don't know if they really believe everything they say. They just need ratings. Bomani Jones said something about they should bring on as a commentator. I was like, bring on as a commentator. What?
God.
He was just saying, y'all want to see her so bad, just sit her ass on TV.
Let her be a sideline reporter.
Right, exactly. It's crazy, bro. It's all nuts to me, man. It's all nuts.
And then Steven had the nerve to get on there and say something to Adrea Carter. He was like, your career's not going to be what it could be if you don't market yourself.
Shit. Man, I'm so dumb.
Smith, the same person tried to talk about Will Smith somewhere. Like, we ain't trying to know Will Smith, bro. Stop.
That dude has sold his soul to the almighty dollar, bro.
And then out there, just man, like I don't. Kenny, if it was just me in Parish, I'd say what Stephen A. Smith is doing, but no, yeah.
Like he gained.
Out there, slave talking and cooning. Girl, you better understand right now. Girl, you gonna have to. What are you doing?
Who you think you talking to, bro?
Girl, you gotta.
But then he got mad at Monica McNutt for telling him about himself.
Lit his ass up. Over
Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, bro. And shout out to Doc Holliday who be on his ass for everything he say.
The Shark co-signed it, but then bring the women on his show afterward.
I can't stand Shannon Sharp, bro. I'm be honest with you. That man drives me crazy. Anyway.
But speaking of funny stuff, man, that got me laughing.
I'm so excited about this topic.
Oh man.
Bro, how many laughing faces you put? That might put a whole about 15 rows.
I'm skeleton meme laughing at this shit. And I told y'all this, bro, this had all the signs of finesse, bro. I'm listening to my friends Jason and John. They're talking. They're like, "Oh, it just makes sense, man. You can go get that money. You can always go back to college." I'm like, man, then I saw Dan Hurley. I thought he was kind of like a lame looking dude. This man be kicking it like a ball. This man got the ball head, the hat. Yeah. I'm like, man, this dude be kicking it. I said, man, he a young dude. I said, no,
he's from Jersey, bro. He don't mess around.
Bro. He is finessing, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, don't y'all see what this dude is doing? The Kentucky gig did not get him the money he wanted. Like, the Kentucky offer didn't get him the money he wanted, right? Because people are like, hey, bro, why would you go somewhere else? Like, you're the king of college basketball. You ain't going to Kentucky for what? Like, you ain't got to go to Kentucky. The Lakers come calling, the NBA come calling. That's a real threat. You call up Woj, get him involved. Now people are saying this never was really a real thing. That Woj pretty much kicked off this whole thing as a payday for him like he initiated the conversations with the Lakers. That's what people are saying now.
But now people are saying the same thing about JJ Redick. They're saying Shams was saying it was a done deal with JJ, and now they're saying the Lakers are like, oh, we got to interview him. Actually, we're going to actually sit down and do an interview with him.
Bro, this is a joke. The Lakers are a joke. I'm so excited about this. Their fans are talking so much shit. When they said that Hurley had the press conference, a guy that I follow on Twitter is a Laker fan, like just your typical delusional Laker fan. It's like, oh man, it's just inviting your girl to the dance before you break up with her. Like, yeah, okay, you really think that man for
the
you think he could say this
in stores
in stores and be like, yeah, I'm gone. No, bro, no.
At the UConn facility, he's gonna do a press conference.
Bro, I said this the day one. I said that dude is not gonna be the coach of the Lakers. That man finna set y'all ass up, and it happened sure as day.
Got him.
And it's just a smart move, man. Like he can go on a run in college basketball where he wins 3-4 championships in a row and just be your modern day historical.
He's already
coach.
Halfway there. He's halfway there right now.
Yep. Right, and he can do those type of things, and then the NBA is always going to be there, and the better jobs are going to be there.
And he's seen someone in Billy Donovan who won 2 straight, got to the NBA. It really worked out.
Didn't work out for him. And he could be the dude that can be the next Coach K type guy who you're looking at as the dynasty coach in college basketball. And he's already on the road to do it. He's got the blueprint. So my thing is run that out till it's ran out, or at the peak of it, then you go to the NBA and you go get a Knicks job that's close to you, a Brooklyn job that's close to you, or you go to a team like
Charlotte,
the Grizzlies, that are young and hungry, and may be a little short in the playoffs.
They ain't gonna be young by then. They're not young anymore.
They're
not young anymore, man.
They'll be in their prime. If you'll be looking at,
still not in their prime yet, though. But
yeah, they're not in their prime yet. Because like I said, you're looking at this Boston team that's just now going into their prime.
They just in their prime this year.
That's so scary. But them folks, like people talk about Denver, man. Boston would have got this year and last year version of Denver the fuck up out of here, bro. Like Boston would have beat this year and last year Denver. Because them folks are good, bro. But anyway, like I said,
I love let me tell you real quick about the Lakers situation. The Lakers organization, not the players. The players are cool. I'm cool with the players, right? The organization has allowed this Hollywood mindset of like quick fix, like star power idea. This ideal, like was it 2 years ago when they had a shit roster and at the trade deadline fleeced everybody and brought in was that last year or
it was last year
because they got the Grizzlies up out of there. They went and got Jared Vanderbilt. They went and got who else they got, and that made me so mad because like that only furthered their idea,
the narrative of like
that they can go and they can just wield their checkbook and wield their Hollywood power and do what they want.
Right.
And I love this because they legitimately think that by going after a guy like Dan Hurley, that they can skirt around the bullshit decisions they've made over the last 4 years with their roster, and not have to face the consequences of that. And they thought they could honestly like fast track their rebuild. They're gonna have to do
right.
And Dan Hurley said, "I got you, bro."
And it's crazy because you see teams like their nemesis, the Boston Celtics, who built things the right way. They drafted smartly. They turned their coaches to a GM, and like I said, y'all remember me saying this a while ago, man. Like when my names are getting confused now, I'm gonna talk about his goofy ass too. I'm gonna talk about Joe Mazzulla's goofy ass too. But
he's goofy. That man's goofy.
Oh, that man's a goofball. But when they had what's his name before him?
Ime Udoka.
They had Udoka, right? Everybody's like, oh man, they let go of Udoka and they brought Mazzulla in, and he's a goofball, and like they should have kept him. Who's saying that now? Like, it's you know what I mean?
They promoted, and he was the assistant. They promoted within.
Right. And I was saying last year, if Boston had came back and it won that he was against the Heat 4-3, would we be saying Mazzulla can't coach? Like we said that they should have kept what's the name just off the strength of Mazzulla losing before he did. So would we have said this? What if he had won that game 7? And now he's in the finals, like he's about to win a championship. You know what I mean?
And Boston. Because maybe where the culture in which they have, the front office that they have fought against this idea for the last 3 years of break Tatum and Brown up. They can't do this together. Go get somebody else, rebuild your whole roster. They said, no, we're going to stick with what we got. And look at where they're at now.
They're about to win it. They're about to win it again.
They're about to win the whole thing with the guys that Stephen A. Smith and all these dudes have been saying they can't work together. They can't play
Which
together.
they, which can they still gonna try to split them up because of the MVP finals MVP.
Right. They're still trying to do it with
So
Tatum
many
and Brown.
garbage narratives, bro. So many garbage narratives out there, man.
I just love it. I love it for the Lakers organization and their fans that they got their comeuppance with Dan Hurley. The basketball gods do not reward ridiculous decisions and ridiculous
and
mindsets.
for the longest. LeBron James literally saved their franchise because their team was ass, and they were headed for years of assness. And then LeBron came along. They got a championship.
About to bury.
Enjoy your prime years of Bronny James Lakers for sure. But yeah, number 3, man, I'm excited about this. I did not put this shirt on intentionally to this Stubblefield.
Yeah, you did.
I had
Hey man, hold on. Let me get Anthony up out of here, man. Hold on. Yeah.
I had a lot of people mad at me last year for latching on to my guy Deion Sanders, Colorado Buffaloes. I'm still rocking with my Buffaloes. I'm getting twisted, but man, I'm excited about Tiger football this year, man. They are making a lot of moves. They're gonna start breaking ground to rehabilitate the Liberty Bowl, and they also got a nice little crew of kids that are gonna be joining the team this year.
We hope.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking about this year? Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Including some dude who cold as hell, who Quavo nephew or something. going on.
They're recruiting him. Yeah.
So they're recruiting him, and they haven't committed yet, but it's coming. The decisions are imminent, right? Like
I saw a picture with the stripes on, man, which means he came down here and put the stripes on.
They just got a commitment from a kid, and I forgot, is it Xavier Stevens or something like that, who is a 3-star receiver who was committed to Houston, I think he was committed to Houston or SMU, and then reopened his commitment and scheduled official visits with Memphis, with Houston, and with another school. Came to Memphis and cut all the rest of them off. Was like, I'm done. I'll stay here.
Man, the selling point for Memphis is clear, man. Like, you come here, help us dominate this conference. We'll play. We'll have a chance to win the national championship. Yeah. You'll be playing in a lesser conference. Your stats are going to be crazy. Yep. You know what I mean? Like
and they got dudes in the league. They put dudes in. Yeah. They put dudes in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said, like you can say, hey, come here, dominate small conference. Your numbers are going to pop, and you can have a shot to play for the national championship.
Yep.
And the NIL money's on par with all this P5.
Ryan Silverfield better take advantage of this, bro.
Yep. And he is, man. Ryan Silverfield's got his nuts out on everybody right now, bro. It's
I ain't
awesome.
gonna lie, man. Them folk, with the stuff they putting together, them folk looking good, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, we coming, Colorado. We coming. But Memphis, we ain't bullshit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. With college, Gabe been putting pressure on me. I said, Gabe, you want what? I asked Gabe. I said, you want you want me to buy you a pack? When I say a pack of football cards, I'm talking about a $30 pack. I'm not talking about like $1.99 back when we were kids, right? So I gave like $30 packs of cards every time we go to the store. I said, you want a pack of cards, or you want me to pre-buy college football, EA Sports, college football, right? He's like, Dad, are you broke? Like, why you I said, yeah, I'm broke.
Yeah, you're like, yes.
Yeah, I'm not buying you that game and buying you a pack. I'm not spending $100 just to be tricking off out here on my 10-year-old son. But shout out to Gabe for real, man. He's doing his school football team has started football practice every evening. I want to say it's like from 6 to 7 or 5:30 to 5 to 7, something like that. But he's doing Christian Brothers High School camp, which is in the morning. So
Let's
he's
go,
doing
man.
So they working Gabe ass out. I talked to him yesterday. He said he was tired of shit. He didn't say tired of shit. That's how I translated.
He said, Daddy, he said, Daddy, I'm tired.
Yeah, man. I know he was wore out because like he did that camp and then turned around and did regular football practice for the school.
Oh yeah, I know he was tired. Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Should we start getting excited about this Florida State game?
Man, listen, dude. I just got chills, honestly, because I mean, listen, it's a win-win for Memphis either way because they're going to go get paid. They're going to Tallahassee. They're going to get paid. If they win, it's to the moon. If they lose, okay. Yeah, Florida State. You're supposed to lose to Florida State in Tallahassee.
You could just look good against them.
Play close. That's what I'm thinking.
If
I'm
you
thinking
play
about
close,
when we went to UCLA, the first year we finally got like good again. When we had just lost them by like a touchdown, and we did that at UCLA. Just even doing that.
Just even doing that. But I'll say this, man. Like, it is a game I think that most pundits are looking at and going, all right, start paying attention to this third week game, Memphis versus Florida State, because it could be, obviously Florida State went to the portal and they got their quarterback. They got the DJ. I forgot. I don't even know how to say it. Uagale or something like that. He's from Clemson. Then went. Yeah, dude can play, man. But it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. I think I might actually be going to that game, to be honest with you.
Take me with you, bro.
All right, come on, Sain.
Well, yeah, man, we're gonna take a break, man. I'm gonna let y'all know, and we're gonna talk about some of my old years, man. Something I'm really enjoying, man. Something I really take personal. We're gonna talk about that and more when we come back from Anthony the Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
This whole WNBA Caitlin Clark phenomenon over the last 3 days happened for one reason and one reason only. It's because of sports media needing something to talk about while there are no NBA games for a week. We find out that you people who are talking so much about the NBA and talking about Caitlin Clark actually get called out on the fact that you don't have an idea what you're actually talking about.
She galvanized an entire group of people that continue to watch it. And that same steam continued as she was coming into the WNBA. The problem is you're coming in to playing against grown women now who have been doing it for some time. So the physical nature of the game has always been there. I just think that now, because the stage is what it is and what's been put on, now it's just more eyeballs watching it than there ever was before.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. At Create A Cig, our top priority is to provide the best customer service experiences possible while offering the largest variety of vape supplies, legal THC products, and smoking accessories. Our trained sales associates are here to assist any and all customers to help them find the best products available. With our daily deals, weekend deals, loyalty rewards program, and our punch card program, there are tons of rewards to earn to help our customers save plenty of money along the way. Check out one of Create A Cig's 4 locations across the greater Memphis area and come visit us.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony the Sain Show. Final segment of the show today. This is Inside the Sain Brain, sponsored by Create A Cig. 4 area locations, man, for Create A Cig, man, where you can get all of your Delta 8 as well as your nicotine products, man. You might catch me at the joint in Midtown, 10 North McLean Boulevard. I was in that joint the other day, Kenny, picking up some papers, man. I became a flower child, man.
Yeah, you told me that.
So I've been picking up my raps and stuff like that, man. I done got so cold and rolling, man. I'm rolling my blunt looking like a black and mild, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Let's go.
I done got cold for real and rolling buzz, man. And I was doing my thing this Sunday, man, getting right and tight. But I had to stop by Create A Cig to get me some wraps first. They got some super bougie, I think it's called Billionaire brand or something like that, Billionaire hemp wraps or something like that. I buy those from there. And every time I come in, they know me by name. They know everybody by name. It's not just because I sponsor their show and they see me sponsoring their product. Everyone that comes in, they know them by name. They make you feel at home, and they take care of you at Create A Cig. You can get the Sain Asylum pack there, man. It's got my name on it. Ask for it by name. You can get the nicotine pack, which is any wave bar, any Ursa Nano kit, any 60 milliliter theory or 30 milliliter salt Nick juice, or get the Delta 8 pack, man, which comes with the pre-roll, comes with a bag of gummies, and comes with a disposable cart, a Delta 8 cart. You can get those things at Create A Cig. Good stuff for sure, man. And Kenny, in my older age, man, I deal with anxiety. I deal with anxiety a lot. Haven't been diagnosed with it, but some things you just kind of know, right?
You just know. Yeah.
You just know, right? So I have trouble sleeping sometimes. I wake up, my mind will just be racing, right? So I have trouble doing these type of things, which is kind of how I got into, marijuana use, as far as, hitting a little bit before I go to bed, whether it's a vape or edible or something like that, and a very small piece of edible. And it kind of helps me get through the night. But I kind of find myself, you can get dependent on that, and it's kind of a rough sleep. Sometimes you just sleep too hard when you're on those type of products, right? So I just, anything that can like help me sleep through the night, I'm down for it. Like I have like this super contour foam, hard foam pillow that like it allows me to just kind of sleep, and I sleep well with that. But another one of my things that I use that I get excited about are weighted blankets. Can you stop?
Man.
And I found out about weighted blankets because of my son Gabe, and he came over one day and he brought his weighted blanket with him, and Gabe brought the weighted blanket and did not get it back. Like I
stole that thing. I knew it. it.
Like,
That's it.
Yeah.
I told his mom, "Hey, I'll order Gabe another one of these." Like, I think that's what she was saying. No, I think that's what she was saying. Like, she ordered him a new one.
Yeah.
Because the one that he sent over here is still over here. So yeah, I think that's what happened. I think she ordered a new one and said, "Just keep that one for him when he's over there." Right? She said, "Gabe likes to sleep on a weighted blanket." Like, what the hell is a weighted blanket? Right? Like, what are you talking about? Like weighted blanket, right? So she was like, "Yeah, it's like they're good for anxiety, and you know, it makes a kid feel like they're swaddled, and adults use them too." And I was like, "All right." So when Gabe brought it over, I got under it. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this, like in Parish. I know you said you do not know what a weighted blanket is, bro. My first one was Gabe's. Gabe's is probably about a 10-pounder, right? So I ordered one on Amazon, king size, 20-pounder, right? So I said, okay, I need that double weight, and it doesn't fit. It fits exactly on top of my mattress. It didn't drape the bed.
No, drape. Okay.
So it literally sits on top of the mattress like a square. So I use that, and I've been using that for about a year. Man, oh my God. Kenny Stubblefield. I went on Amazon and I found the $200 45-pound true king size. Hey, you a weighted blanket user, so this excites you, bro. We just too old, nervous son of a gun.
Sleeping fools. Hey,
bro.
Bad sleeping mugs.
200 pounds. Listen, 200 pounds, 45. No, sorry, $200, 45-pound, true king size. So it drapes over my bed, right? So it's like once you drop that joint down to get in it, like you can feel the weight on the sides pulling down,
and it feels even better.
Bro, that bug Parish. What size bed you got, Parish?
King size.
I'm about to say, bro, you better say king, but you a grown ass married man.
I ain't got no choice. Yeah.
I'm about to talk bad about your ass, but look, bro. Parish, it's unbelievable sleep, bro. I'm talking about that book. I'm talking about snoring deep, bro. Like I'm sleeping like this right here. Undertaker, rest in peace, bro.
Yes, you are.
I heard people making funeral plans for me while I was asleep, bro.
Anthony's gonna start doing the show from the bed, man. What are you talking about?
Parish, unbelievable sleep, bro. Like the feeling is like it's just like somebody holding you. It's like you can't really move. So you're kind of forced to kind of stay in one position. And it's just a full dope ass sleep. And like you feel the weight everywhere. Every ounce, every inch of your body you feel, because it's not like it's a little bit of squares, like it's quilted, right? Each square has weighted beads in it.
Yeah.
You feel even weight all over your body, but it's the best, most like calming, relaxing sleep, bro. And it's like this, hey, bro, I'm telling you, keep. I know you like these old bastards.
I'll think about it. I'll see the wife.
But when you get a little older, bro, you be like, yeah, you're gonna value a good night.
That's all we need for real. Because I toss and turn a lot in my sleep.
So like my son has special needs and has social anxiety, things like that. Being alone in his bed has always been kind of hard for him, right? So for years he slept in bed with Tracy and myself, right? And listen, man, I'm a big dude.
You use this part of the transition to get him out of y'all bed.
We use this weighted blanket, and now he sleeps in his bed. Like this mug,
amazing, bro.
Dog, and it's crazy, man. Like it is one of the coolest, most like. Who came up with this?
Yeah.
Like who did this?
I'm talking about just like a comforting sleep, bro. Like you feel like,
yeah,
it's the feeling that a baby has when they've been swallowed. They're getting swallowed. Getting swallowed. But yeah, man, like it's effing incredible. Check it out. I can't wait till I, pop me a Eddie Monster edible from Create A Cig and call it a night up under the weighted blanket. Might do it tonight. I don't know, man. But like I said,
you might not wake up, bro.
Yeah,
you might be out for a couple of days.
Harry, my guy, get you, bro.
I'm gonna look to it for sure.
But see, that's the heaviest weight I've ever seen is 45 pounds.
Yeah.
It's the heaviest weight I've ever seen. But like it's spread out. Like you're on a king size bed, so the weight is spread across the the blanket or whatever. But man, it feels so good, bro. Like it feels so freaking good. Yeah, and yeah, I'm actually about to go. After we get done recording, I'm about to take me a nap right now. I'm not gonna play with y'all, bro.
Now we're gone the rest of the night.
Yeah, man, it's 5 o'clock, bro. You might be down for the night.
Yeah, man. But yeah.
Hey,
like,
have y'all?
I slept so good, Parish. Yeah, when I went to the commercial break, I had a whole new hairstyle for the first thing.
We had to reschedule. He said, "I'm on the way to play." Hey,
go ahead.
You guys been paying attention to the Young Thug trial?
Not really, bro.
Not really. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of stuff like his lawyer got arrested or something.
Yeah. So basically, this whole trial is about the YSL group and whether or not they're they're being charged like RICO charges, whether or not they're like an actual gang killing folks, all this kind of stuff. And it's been going on for like 85 years. I mean, it's been going on for it's been going on forever. And it's like, when is this thing ever going to end? And so they'll put clips online of it. Apparently Young Thug's lawyer, they had some in the legal world, they had this thing called ex parte, which is like meetings that you can have if there's like multiple defendants. You can have ex parte meetings that aren't recorded, that aren't a part of the record, that you can actually like have conversations that, you know, are strategic or whatever. And sometimes those ex parte meetings can be viewed as collusion, right, between judges and lawyers and things like that. Well, apparently the prosecuting attorney for the state of Georgia and the judge had an ex parte meeting where they discussed this other person who's a part of the YSL group admitting to this murder that Young Thug is being charged with. And he admitted to it. They denied his admittance. They said what he said's not true, this kind of stuff, but didn't tell Young Thug's lawyer that this other guy admitted to it until somebody in that room that was in that meeting relayed it to Young Thug's lawyer. And so the Young Thug's lawyer gets up there doing his due diligence and says on the record is like, yo, I got this information saying somebody's admitted to this. What are we doing here? They put that mug in jail for 20 days for contempt because he wouldn't give up the source. It's wild stuff, man.
Yeah,
anyway, I just been watching it and paying attention to it. It's crazy stuff.
Hey, I've been up under this weighted blanket, but I don't know nothing about this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Perry, get you one, man, for real. Get you one, man. All I gotta say, bro. Kenny, how heavy is your joint? Pause.
Listen, Paul, big pause.
Mega pause. How heavy is your weighted blanket?
Man, I don't know. I actually don't know. Tracy uses it more than I do, to be honest.
Really?
Oh boy.
Oh, then the one I had on my bed, I had upgraded that joint to the couch for the chill on the couch moment.
Right.
Right. It's over. Yeah, man. But like I said, go get you one. It's on Amazon. I might put the link in the comments. But yeah, man, for Parish Sharkey, for Kenny Stubblefield, it's Anthony Sain. We will see you guys Friday for another Anthony Sain show at noon, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.